Imagine a world shrouded in darkness. The year is 1945. The Allies, exhausted and broken, have surrendered. The Nazi flag flies triumphantly over a conquered Europe. This is not the world we know. This is a world where hope died and tyranny triumphed. A world where Hitler's Third Reich reigns supreme, casting a long shadow across the globe. The world trembles before the might of the Nazi war machine, a force that seems unstoppable. From the English Channel to the Volga River, the swastika casts its sinister shadow, spreading fear and oppression. The once proud nations of Europe lie shattered, their streets patrolled by jackbooted soldiers, enforcing a cruel regime. A new order has been imposed, a brutal hierarchy where fear and obedience are the only laws, and freedom is a distant memory. The echoes of goose-stepping boots drown out the whispers of dissent, silencing any hope of resistance. The stench of fear hangs heavy in the air, suffocating the spirit of those who dare to dream of liberation. The fate of civilization hangs in the balance, teetering on the edge of an abyss. The Nazi grip on Europe tightened with ruthless efficiency. From the Alps to the Mediterranean, the continent was reshaped according to the twisted vision of the Third Reich. National identities and diverse cultures were erased. In their place rose a monolithic superstate, its citizens forced to conform to Berlin's dictates. The transformation was swift and brutal. The Nazi regime understood the power of information. Their control over Europe extended far beyond military might. The free press was extinguished, replaced by propaganda machines. Universities became indoctrination centers. History itself was rewritten. The Holocaust was erased from public memory, its victims silenced.
The Atlantic Ocean now represented a chasm between ideologies. On one side stood the United States, a beacon of freedom. On the other loomed the Nazi behemoth. The two superpowers engaged in a high-stakes game of chess. Espionage and subterfuge became the weapons of choice. The battle for hearts and minds raged across airwaves. The specter of a Nazi invasion haunted the American psyche.
Even in this world cloaked in fear, the human spirit refused to be extinguished. Across Nazi-occupied Europe, whispers of resistance grew into a chorus of defiance. Ordinary people risked everything to fight for freedom. Underground networks sprang up, smuggling messages and supplies. Acts of sabotage disrupted the Nazi war machine. These acts of resistance represented a beacon of hope.
The world watched in horrified awe as a Nazi spacecraft ascended. The Nazi space race had begun. The propaganda machine hailed this achievement. Images of German astronauts filled newspapers and cinema screens. The United States looked on with fear and determination. The Nazi regime saw in technology a weapon to enforce its will. Scientific innovation was twisted to serve a dark ideology. Imagine a world where only the racially pure are allowed behind the wheel. Advanced medical technologies extended lifespans for those deemed worthy. Computers might have reached unimaginable heights, used to track citizens and enforce conformity.
The Nazi regime, despite its brutality, was not without its allure. The promise of order and stability resonated with some. The question remained, could technological advancement ever justify the suppression of human rights? With Europe under its iron heel, the Nazi regime turned its gaze eastward. The Axis powers solidified their alliance. Imperial Japan tightened its grip on conquered territories. In the Middle East, simmering tensions erupted into a chaotic struggle for power. The Nazis exploited these divisions to further their geopolitical ambitions. The silver screen transformed into a potent weapon. Gone are the escapist fantasies and tales of heroism. In their place rise narratives of Aryan supremacy. Imagine grand epics glorifying the Nazi conquest of Europe. Imagine films that demonize the enemies of the Reich. The cinema becomes a tool of indoctrination, shaping reality for a generation. The arts wither under the suffocating grip of Nazi ideology. Music, art, and literature become echoes of the regime's will. Imagine concert halls filled with Wagnerian operas twisted to serve the Nazi narrative. Imagine art galleries showcasing sculptures of perfect specimens of humanity. Imagine libraries purged of anything that challenges the Nazi worldview. creativity becomes a dangerous act, a threat to the regime's facade of order and conformity.
Echoes in eternity, the unanswered questions of a shadowy past. The echoes of what if whisper through time, revealing secrets of a past that never was. This alternate timeline, where darkness triumphed, leaves us with unsettling questions that challenge our understanding of history. Could the Nazi regime have maintained its grip on power? Could their iron fist have continued to suppress the world? Would the human spirit have shattered the chains of oppression? Could humanity have risen against such tyranny? The answers remain hidden in the fog of speculation, forever out of reach. Asking these questions forces us to reflect on our own reality. It reminds us of the fragility of freedom and the need for vigilance in safeguarding our liberties. This alternate history, though unsettling, is a testament to the power of imagination. It speaks to our ability to confront uncomfortable truths with courage and insight. History is a tapestry woven from countless threads of choice, chance, and human action, shaping our collective story.
The enduring flame, a testament to the human spirit. Amidst the darkness, hope emerges, guiding us through the toughest times. The human spirit is resilient, always bouncing back from despair. Even under oppression, the desire for freedom and justice persists, inspiring revolutions and change. In this alternate timeline, countless acts of courage would challenge the Nazi regime, unseen but vital. Underground networks, whispered hopes, and acts of sabotage would chip away at tyranny. Artists and thinkers, even under censorship, would keep creativity alive, a beacon of hope. The Nazi regime, built on fear, would face its downfall, its foundation cracking. The seeds of its destruction, sown in oppression, would grow, fueled by the unquenchable thirst for freedom, making the human spirit indomitable. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think. Were our calculations correct? See you next time.